What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal and
Mackenzie.
Back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with what 5 things made us fall in love with Sydney, Australia. Before we dive into this, y'all know I need y'all to smash that subscribe button, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. Let's see what we got.
Hey guys, welcome back to Backpack Travel. I'm Kyle. Gustavo's currently editing some of our videos, so I thought I would take this time to go over some of the things we absolutely loved about Sydney, Australia. So first things first, just a little bit about us. If you're just joining us now, we are currently in the process of traveling the world for the next 12 to 16 months. We started our time in USA, then Australia was our first international destination, and boy, did it deliver. So when we got to Australia, we didn't know much of what to expect. We're about to take a taxi or an Uber, but thankfully we found where the line was for the train, and we headed that way, and wow. The train system is just so easy to get around, and it's one of the things that we really fell in love with. Our train station was really close to our hotel, so that was an extra little tick of the box. But the trains themselves, every time we went on, they were pretty much clean. We also liked how they were double deckers, so there was tons of space. We never ever stood on one of the trains in Sydney, and we were always able to find a seat very easily next to each other. The cost too. The cost of the trains was actually really inexpensive. I think the most that we paid was from the airport, as to be expected, as that's a different line than the public transportation. Every train that we took outside of that, just a few bucks here and there, and we love that aspect that it's cheap to get around. Sometimes when we travel, especially in the United States, Ubers can be so expensive, so to be able to take a train system that goes everywhere as far as where we wanted to go, it was perfect for this trip. Next up, it was just the hospitality.
That's pretty dope to have public transport like that to where it's cheap. You don't gotta have a car, keep up with the maintenance, put gas in it, worry about it breaking down. None of that. You just get to go wherever you need to, only a couple of dollars.
Yeah, that's nice.
I swear.
Actually going to the train system for the first time, we got lost on our first transfer, but thankfully we were in the middle of the station and somebody noticed that we looked pretty lost, and she came up to us. Keep in mind, this is not an employee, just somebody also taking the train, and said, "How can I help you?" Gave us directions on where we need to go to get to our hotel, and off we went. So just our first moment in Australia was met with just great hospitality from a local, and that just continued all the way through our entire trip as we met so many wonderful people. Along with the train, one thing that we also really love that coincides is the payment method. We paid with our tap and pay, and we kind of found this feature everywhere in Australia. Anytime we went to a store or we went to a restaurant, it was all tap and pay, and it made cashless so easy. We took out money one time from an ATM just to have cash on hand, but it was actually more of a challenge to use it because everything was so convenient to pay with a credit card as we went. So we really liked that a lot of things are now moving to a cashless system, and Australia is doing a bang up job of that. Another thing we really enjoyed was
I feel like Australia was ahead of the curve. We're there now. I feel like where everything cash is, you could tap and pay for about everything and anything.
Yeah.
I feel like Australia was just ahead of the curve. They just was ahead of us when it came to that.
Yeah.
And that's super dope. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't carry money around no more. It's just straight cards, tap, pay, done, bought, deal done, over.
Food. And especially during the winter time, it seems like stores closed up pretty early. I'm not sure if this is the same throughout the summer, but when they did close or were close to closing, they were selling their food at a really discounted price. So we loved, especially being budget backpackers, to go to these shops. We usually waited around like 5, 6 o'clock, kind of staked out the places. Okay, looks like they're starting to put them on sale, and then ran over, grabbed some snacks. Either we would eat it there or bring it back to the hotel, but it was always discounted and it was always delicious. We featured one time in our video the fish and chips in one of the stations that we were at, and it was so good. It was still fresh, and it was $4 cheaper than had you just bought it at regular price during the day. So we love that aspect that we can get some cheap food on the go at certain times of the day. Lastly, I think our number one favorite thing that we loved about Australia, especially being budget backpack travelers, is that there were so many free things to do. We went to so many museums and got to see so many extraordinary exhibits along the way, and it was all completely free. And we did the botanical garden tour, which was absolutely stunning and beautiful, and we did a free tour around Sydney itself. Now, there were more free tours that we could go on. We just happened to choose those two for this trip. On our first day in Australia, we went to the Australian Museum, and let me just tell you, when we turned the corner as we walked in and saw this huge, like 3 or 4 story room full of just artifacts and things to look at, we were like, how in the world is this free? We couldn't believe it. We really couldn't believe it. We thought, okay, there's gonna be somebody pushing for donations, or there's gonna be somebody asking for a ticket for this or that, but no. We just were stunned by how beautiful all these exhibits were and that it cost nothing to go see them. So love that aspect of Australia. We really enjoyed also the free tour of the barracks.
I feel like that'd be cool if we could go to like museums or something like that, like free and not have to pay to get in.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, because we like going to like aquariums and zoos, and we went to, was it the Titanic Museum?
Yeah.
And so that was cool. So to be able to do stuff like this for free, they give us a lot more to do.
It really would.
That would be absolutely perfect.
Where we got to listen to the sound audio as we walked through, and it told stories of the people who went through the barracks and the history of the barracks. That was just an incredible experience as well. And the free tours that we did, the free tour of the city and the free tour of the botanical garden, both our tour guides were just absolutely amazing, full of information. So if anybody watching is heading to Australia, you have to look up all of the free activities to do, all the free museums, all the free events, like for example Vivid that we got to see while we were there. Just absolutely stunning, and just knowing that it's all free really helped us. We really minimally spent money in Australia, and so it definitely gave us that bug of like wanting to go back because we know we can do it affordably. So before I go, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to Lindsay, Brian, and Mike. Thank you guys for sending us.
I think that's all he got as far as Australia was, which I feel like I just love to be able to travel and visit Australia. Y'all know that. It'd be so dope to experience the Aussie hospitality, to experience the public transport, cashless, even though we already got experience cashless over here. But I don't know, to experience all the free stuff that you can do around wherever you are, it just sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, we just don't have anything like that over here.
Exactly. This is the land of profit where you gotta pay a pretty penny for everything.
For everything.
That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, and we out.